And by the way, you know, since I'm playing a lot of my backlog of games, you know, I have a bunch of games on Steam. I've been on Steam for what? I think 10 years now, maybe a little bit more. Okay, is there an enemy here? I don't think there is. So I have a lot of games, old games piled up to play that I never actually... Poor soldier. That I never actually got to play, you know. And this Steam Deck's giving me that incentive. And I was thinking that... I think gaming peaked at the PS3 and Xbox 360 era, you know. Some titles from the PS4 era, like Metal Gear Solid 5, I think that was on the PS4, if I'm not mistaken, are pretty good. But I don't know, I'm under the impression that the peak in terms of good quality games was during the PS3 and Xbox 360 times. You know, don't know if it is because I'm getting old, but I think the golden age of gaming was really in the PS2 time. Then it peaked in the PS3 era, and then it started to decline, you know. I was thinking about, for example, the latest releases we got, and I think people were talking about a game called Redfall or something like that, which seems to be a mess on PC, and there's been a lot of games that work very poorly on PC. And also, you know, companies are employing some shady tactics to sell games and live services and all of that, you know, microtransactions. And it just makes me, you know, nostalgic and makes me appreciate the PS3 era. You know, about the time when TF2 was released. You know, maybe I could say from 2007 to 2014 or something like that. You know, I think that's the time frame. I think we had a bunch of great games released in that era, and you know, we had some of the modern, you know, comforts of gaming, like for example online gaming on Steam and the digital storefronts, but we still didn't have many of the hindrances that we have nowadays when it comes to mainstream gaming, you know, AAA gaming and all of that. Okay, come on! I thought I was gonna be able to do some damage to that heavy, but no dice. Didn't work. And Vinci say there, lol, the Redfall reviews are so brutal. Yeah, you know, I don't even know what the game is about. It's about vampires, isn't it, or something like that. I saw someone talking about it as if it were Left 4 Dead with vampires. Is that correct? Because other than that, all I know about the game is that it sucks. and not only in the sense that it runs poorly, but also in the sense that it's not fun. That it's kind of like a dull game. You know, a boring game. That's what I heard. But it seems that the reception is very poor, you know. And about Redfall, Fitz is saying there, yeah, it's like Left 4 Dead 2 with vampires. But the AI is shockingly bad and there's poor optimization and the world is very empty. Basically, AAA games in a nutshell, you know, nowadays. I've heard they are mostly like that. Plus they are charging like $70 for a very unfinished game. Yeah, AAA gaming in 2023. That's how it is. And $70 is a lot of money, especially for us outside of the you know, North America, Europe zone. $70 US is a lot of money. I don't know, I tend not to buy games that are over 50 Brazilian reais, which would be something like $10 US. I avoid that, you know. I don't think I've bought a game over that price range, $10 US, in the last year or so. And you know, that basically means I don't buy new releases. But considering how lame new releases are, you know, how unfinished, how broken, how empty, like Fitz is saying, new releases have been in the last years, I don't think I'm missing much. So whenever a game comes out that I really want to play, for example, Metal Gear Solid 5 that I've started playing recently, and Ground Zeroes, you know, the prequel, I usually put it on my wishlist and I wait like 5, 6, 7 years, and then I buy that game and I play it. You know, so that's how it usually goes for me. The other day, for example, I bought the Resident Evil remake, the first one, the first remake, for under 10 bucks, I think, under 10 US dollars. And that one was on my wish list for a lot of time. So that's how I do it. What else are you saying there? And Fitz is saying, it's insane when you think how many great games are out there for cheap. I got Spiritfarer this week for 6 bucks. Yeah, you know, indie games are the best thing, you know. I'm really a fan of indie game developers, you know. Because they can provide good games at an affordable price. And you know, sometimes it's even better that they are indie because they are not so bloated. That sort of thing I was talking about in regards to Pico 8 and TK80, you know. I think that limitations in budget, in time, and all of that, they inspire creativity in a sense, you know. So that's pretty neat. It's pretty good. Go buy some indie games, fellas. Go play some indie games. Give some indie game developers some love, because AAA gaming, it's bad recently. You know, there are some good games, but it's becoming, you know, had a stroke here. It's becoming hard to find good AAA game releases, at least on launch, you know. I know, for example, a game that was also a mess on launch, that Cyberpunk game. I never remember the name, the full name of that game, but you know the one, the Cyberpunk something. Cyberpunk some number, something like that game. I heard that nowadays it's actually quite playable and enjoyable, you know. That's actually a pretty cool experience to play it nowadays. But on launch it was a mess. Ah, come on. And, you know, it's a shame because I still remember the days when you could go up to the store, buy a game, you know, from a company you already knew, and you knew it would be cool. You know, for example, you could go to the store, buy a brand new Capcom game or Konami game, and you knew it would be nice because those companies were known for quality. And nowadays you can't even trust large companies, you know. The Cyberpunk game from CD Projekt Red, up until the release of that game, I remember that CD Projekt Red was known for releasing good products, you know, high quality stuff, and for not rushing games. It was kind of like their identity. And even them fell prey to that mistake of releasing a broken, unfinished game. So nowadays you can't really trust AAA game companies anymore. Which is a shame, you know. I just talked about Konami now and I got a bit depressed. I don't know if you fellas noticed, but I remember that we are never gonna get another Metal Gear Solid made by Hideo Kojima because Hideo Kojima left Konami. And that sucks. Especially because Konami seems to be, you know, making some bad choices in the last years. They only care about gambling nowadays, it seems. You know, about making pachinko machines, that sort of stuff. Come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. You're not gonna kill me. Yeah, nice. I was punished for that. Okay, I deserve that. I deserve that. So yeah. when I started playing the Ground Zeroes, the Metal Gear Solid, and the voice for Snake wasn't David Hayter anymore, because on Ground Zeroes and Metal Gear Solid they changed the voice actor for Snake. Up to that point it was David Hayter, you know, the classic Snake voice. And on Ground Zeroes and Metal Gear Solid 5, I think it is Kiefer Sutherland. Which is, you know, he's doing a good job. I initially thought I would not like him as the voice of Snake, but he did a good job, it seems, you know. After listening to his work for a while, I was okay with it. He's making a good version of Snake. But it was kind of depressing, you know, to not hear David Hayter anymore saying, how does he say that? Metal Gear. I don't know. I'm not good at doing voice impressions, but people fellas played Metal Gear Solid up to the Peace Walker game on PSP, you know, 1 to Peace Walker, Metal Gear 4, 3, 2, all of those, then you know what I'm talking about. It's a very iconic voice. And it made me sad to hear Snake voiced by someone else. I don't know what it is. Kind of like the end of an era. So yeah, AAA gaming is becoming a letdown, really. Okay, we have Uber. Let's rush Uncle Leo there. Medic is taking a... He's resting a little bit. Look how relaxing. Look at that. That's a very relaxing position, Mr. Medic. Very nice. Pretty cool, Medic. The fellas wanna go to Overgrown. Come on, didn't work. But that's a very nice map, fellas. So yeah, I'm getting old and nostalgic over video games. I think that's only natural, really. Okay. Oh, by the way, I did not play yet Death Stranding, you know, the new Hideo Kojima game. New, it's already quite old, but I haven't had an opportunity to play yet. Is it any good? Have you fellas played Death Stranding? Because I heard it's quite different from Metal Gear Solid. I would like to give it a try someday. Where is everyone? There's a heavy here. Somewhere. The spy. That was a dead ringer. The medic there. Come on, medic. Pick me again. Nah, he's not gonna do it. He's smart. That medic's smart. So yeah. What else are you saying? Let's see. And Eric's saying that if Redfall was free to play, maybe it will save the game a little bit. I imagine it will go free to play, you know, especially if it is a sales failure. Eventually they will come up with a free to play version of the game at the very least. I think nowadays it's inevitable. If it's also talking about the Star Wars survival game, yeah, I heard it is a good game, you know, it is fun, but the PC port seems to be a mess. That's what I heard about that one. But it seems that the actual gameplay is good. On console, for example. It seems the console version plays fine. But the PC port is quite bad. I saw a lot of people complaining about that one as well on the Steam Deck subreddit. Because it doesn't run well at all on any PC. Got you there! That's a funny name. That's a pretty funny name, my friend. Pretty cool. No, scramble teams. No, why scramble teams? No reason to scramble teams. At least not right now. Especially because I'm gonna end stream as soon as this match is over. Because we've been playing for about an hour. Time flies, I didn't even notice. It was already close to 1 hour of stream. Very nice, always a good time playing with you fellas. Pretty cool. Payload Pier is a hit. Great game, great game.